Namaskaram. My name is Arun Kumar and I welcome you to Yoga with Arun. In today's topic, we are going to learn about Ujjayi Pranayama. There are so many advantages of doing Ujjayi Pranayama. One among them is the major one is it helps in the thyroid related problem. First, it controls the thyroid related problem and then it helps in curing it going forward. Now, if one is having problem with high BP and all, make sure that we don't hold the breath inside of us for a very long period of time, or rather, we don't hold the breath at all. Let the transaction of air be slow and smooth. Okay, so now here in this, as in Ujjayi Pranayam, the way we do Ujjayi Pranayam is like if somebody is trying to contract the neck muscle. If you try to contract the neck muscle with the help of your hands, and when you try to inhale, a kind of a snoring sound will happen as we breathe in. So that kind of a snoring sound will happen. So the same thing has to be done without using the hands. It's like contracting the neck muscle as we after that, as we breathe in and then breathing out. So there are two ways of doing it. One can be just inhalation, other can be you can use for inhalation and then as well as for the exhalation also. Right. So here in this, as we breathe in and then breathing out, contracting the neck muscle. Another way of approaching this can be like when you an easier way, because sometimes it is little difficult for us to understand the inhalation through the nostril and then exhaling out through the nostril. The sound creation and all can be little tricky in a way. So for that, to make it clear, we can open up our mouth and then when we try to contract the air passage pipe, we get that particular sound which is in a lot more louder format, so that the understanding will happen. So the way that is happening, just the same way through the nostril also we have to do the same thing, right? So if things are a little confusing for you, one time try to do it with your mouth and then breathe out. Then next time when we try to we do it with through the nostril and then check whether the inhalation through the nostril and the inhalation through the mouth, they both are kind of in sync with each other. So if it is little confusing, you can do that. Otherwise, Ujjayi is done through the nostril only, not with the mouth. Mouth is just an analogy or for a better understanding of how the pranayam should happen. That's it. So hopefully you understood it. So the proper way of doing this is we take a long and deep breath in through the nostril and then we hold our breath inside of us by bringing our chin closer to the pit of our throat. And then we exhale the air out through the nostril. Right. So inhalation and exhalation happens with Ujjayi Pranayam. That means contracting of the neck muscle, which helps in a larger way, beneficial in both the ways actually. Okay. So see that the holding of the breath is not happening. Should not be done for people who are facing with high BP and all. Right. Rest everyone can practice it. Thank you very much for having me. I'll see you next video. Namaste.